Do you know... Ooh! Gangster futera criminalera. This is his story. Raymond was a leader of a gang. Many people were scared of him because he always got angry easily. He liked to kick the street sellers' carts when he was mad. Before we continue, please like and subscribe so I can make more Brainrot stories for you. One day, Raymond kicked a flower pot that belonged to an old lady who sold flowers. The old lady looked at him and said, "If you keep being naughty like this, you will get what you deserve one day." Raymond went home feeling angry. He kicked his house door very hard. Suddenly, his foot started to hurt a lot and his head felt dizzy. Then, boom! His whole body turned into a giant toe. It turned out that the flower pot he kicked had a magic poison that could change people's shape. Raymond started crying and felt so sorry for what he did. Now, everyone calls him Gangster Futera Criminalera. Gangster Futera has an enemy, a mafia otter. I bet you can't guess who it is. Do you know Cioccolatini Panciocchioni? This is his story. Chico was a man who loved to eat. He really loved chocolate. Before we continue, like and subscribe if you also love eating chocolate. One day, he saw his little sister putting some chocolate in the fridge. Chico couldn't help himself. He took the chocolate and ate it all, but his sister found out and started crying. Their mom heard the noise and got angry. She said, "Go buy your sister more chocolate right now." Chico was upset, but he had no choice. He put on his sister's pink flip-flops and left the house. While walking, he saw an old lady giving away free chocolate. Without thinking, Chico quickly asked for some. But instead of taking it home, the greedy Chico ate it all right there. Suddenly, poof! White smoke appeared, and Chico's body turned into chocolate. The old lady laughed and said, "That's what happens to greedy people." Now everyone calls him Cioccolatini Panciocchioni. Cioccolatini dares you to write Panciocchioni in the comments with your eyes closed. I bet you can't do it. Do you know? Trick track baraboom. Il mio mantello fa rum rum. Here's the story. Eric was a man who loved eating and going on adventures. He really liked vegetables. One day, he went into the forest to look for a rare fruit, but Eric got lost and started to panic. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can always stay safe together. Amin. The day turned dark, so Eric decided to camp and cook the vegetables he brought. The next morning, he continued walking, but he didn't clean up his trash and left it everywhere. On his way home, Eric found a young bottle gourd glowing with a bright light. He was so curious about how it tasted, so he ate it. Suddenly, thick smoke appeared and boom! Eric turned into a bottle gourd creature. He didn't know it was a trap set by an old witch who was angry because he threw trash in her forest. From that day, Eric was called Trick Track Baraboom. Trick Track Baraboom also has a friend, a Brainrot forest guardian. I bet you can't guess who is it. Do you know? Alessio! This is his story. Alex was a famous prankster, but he often pulled pranks that went too far. He liked to splash water on people's shoes, and he even cut the headset cables of people sitting in the park. But before we continue, like and subscribe if you are not a naughty person. One day, while Alex was doing a YouTube live stream on the street, he saw some kids playing soccer. One of the kids kicked the ball toward Alex and asked him to give it back. But instead of returning it, Alex ran away with the ball. He ran while filming himself on YouTube and shouted, "Guys, look, I got the kid's ball." But Alex didn't know that the old man whose shoes he splashed was actually a powerful wizard. The wizard started saying a strange magic spell. Meanwhile, Alex kept running with the ball until it began to rain heavily. Suddenly, then, boom! Lightning struck and Alex's body fused with the soccer ball. Everyone laughed at him and started calling him Aliciu. Aliciu dares you to write the word football with your eyes closed. I know, and I bet he can't do it. Haha. Do you know Puccini Sushini? This is the story. Puccini was a pet cat who belonged to a woman named Emma. He was very naughty. He liked to climb on the cabinets, scratch the sofa in the living room, and even steal Emma's food. Before we continue, please like and subscribe if you have a pet cat, and comment below, what's your cat's name? One day, Emma ordered some sushi. When Emma went to the bathroom, Puccini stole the sushi and started eating it. But then, something magical happened. White smoke suddenly appeared, then boom! Emma started laughing. It turned out she had secretly put a special potion on the sushi that could change Puccini's shape. Since that day, Emma called him Puccini Sushini. Puccini Sushini has a Brainrot penguin friend. Can you guess who it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Fruli Frula? This is the story. Fruli Frula is a toucan bird who often has insomnia. He can't sleep at night and always sleeps during the day. But before we continue, please like and subscribe. I hope you all can sleep well every night. Amen. One day, he didn't sleep at all, and because he couldn't stand the hot sun, he stole a man's sunglasses. But then he crashed into a wall, fell to the floor, and the sunglasses landed right on his face. The owner of a coffee shop saw Fruli and decided to help him. He took care of Fruli and gave him cappuccino coffee so he wouldn't feel sleepy during the day. Fruli Frula even has a friend who is a bird with a car body. Who is he? I know, but I bet you can't guess. Do you know Penguino Cocosino? This is his story. Eno is a big, chubby penguin. All the other penguins are scared of him because he often steals their food. Even the elder penguins have tried to give him advice many times, but Eno just laughs at them. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe, friends. I hope we all stay healthy and can keep watching Jansen Brain Room. Amen. One day, Eno saw a little bear cub drowning in the icy water. Instead of helping, he laughed at it. But suddenly, the ice under his feet cracked, and he drifted away with the current. For many days, Eno floated far away until he reached a coconut island. On this island, he could easily catch lots of fish to eat. Because he was so greedy, he caught way too many fish just for himself. The sea god saw what Eno was doing and became very angry. The sea god threw a coconut at him and boom! Eno turned into Penguino Cocosino, a penguin with a coconut body. Eno started crying and finally regretted all the bad things he had done. Penguino Cocosino has a friend who also has a coconut body. Who could it be? I bet you can't guess. Do you know Talpa de Pharaoh? Here is the story. Pharaoh was a pet mouse who belonged to a miner named Henry. Henry loved Pharaoh so much, and they lived together in a house near a big mining area. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, are you scared of mice or not? One day, Henry went mining with his drill, but he only found a little bit of gold. He thought about blowing up part of the mine, and when he did, wow, so much gold came out. But this also made the electricity in Henry's house break and spark everywhere. Pharaoh, who was chewing on the drill's cable, got shocked by the electricity and boom! In that moment, his body mixed together with iron and the drill itself. He turned into Talpa de Pharaoh, which means iron mouse. Talpa de Pharaoh has a hamster friend. Can you guess who it is? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Cacacito Satellito? This is his story. Caca is a smart little white mouse who was raised in a laboratory by a space scientist named Lucas. Lucas really loved Caca like a best friend. But before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe so we can all become smarter. One day, Lucas was fixing a satellite he built and named Ceto. After finishing it, he launched the Ceto satellite, and it worked perfectly. Lucas was so happy and wanted to tell Caca about his successful project. But Caca was missing from his cage. Without Lucas knowing, Caca had secretly sneaked into the Ceto satellite. The satellite launched quickly into space, but accidentally hit a meteor and boom! Magically, Caca's body fused with the satellite. That's why he's now called Cacacito Satellito. But wait, the meteor wasn't just any rock. It had been filled with transformation liquid by a brainrot creature with the body of a giraffe? Who is it? Write your guess in the comments. Do you know Trulimero Trulicina? This is the story. Trulimero and Trulicina were two siblings who loved going to the beach. One sunny day, they visited Brainroom Beach. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. When was the last time you went to the beach? When they arrived, they relaxed and drank some soda. Suddenly, they saw a cat drowning in the ocean. They quickly jumped in to save it, but the waves were too strong, and they started sinking too. Out of nowhere, a golden salmon appeared. They grabbed the fish, and boom, they all fused into one. From that day on, they became Trulimero Trulicina. Trulimero Trulicina is now the lifeguard of Brainroom Beach, because there's a shark who keeps stealing shoes. Who is it? Write your answer in the comments. Do you know Coco Fanto Elefanto? Elefantucci Coconucci. Here's the story. Fanto was a very naughty little elephant. He loved knocking down trees where tiny birds built their nests, and he often sprayed water on monkeys just for fun. So naughty. Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can all be kind and not naughty Amen. One day, Fanto was taking a bath under a waterfall with his friend. After their bath, Fanto got very hungry, so he sneaked into an old grandma's banana garden deep in the jungle. His friend left him alone because Fanto didn't want to stop. Still hungry, Fanto spotted some coconuts near the grandma's hut and gobbled them up greedily. Suddenly, white smoke appeared and boom! His body magically fused with the coconut shell. It turns out the old grandma was a witch, and the coconut was a magical trap. Fanto cried and regretted everything he did. From that day on, his friends called him Cocofanto Elefanto. Cocofanto Elefanto dares you to name all the brainrots with elephant bodies. I bet you can't do it. Do you know Bombambini Gusini? Here's his story. Gusini was a chubby goose who was too scared to fly. The other geese often made fun of him because he couldn't fly like them. One day, his goose friends flew away and left him all alone. Gusini felt very sad. But wait! Before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe so Gusini won't be sad anymore. Done? Great. One sunny day, Gusini decided to be brave. He climbed to the top of a cliff and tried to fly. And guess what? He did it. But suddenly, he lost control and crash-landed into a cornfield owned by an old war veteran grandpa. Gusini's wings were broken, and he was very sad again. The kind grandpa had an idea. He replaced Gusini's broken wings with jet fighter wings from his old airplane. And boom! Now Gusini is called Bombambini Gusini. All the other geese were shocked and started to respect and fear him. But Bombambini Gusini has an enemy, a scary brain rot crocodile. Who is it? Tell us in the comments.